everybody, my name is Python and welcome back to another episode here of Pythoncraft. And welcome to the first episode here in 2025. That is right, a brand new year is upon us and I very much do hope that all of you folks had a lovely New Year's. Now before we begin today's episode, my friends, I've got a little bit of an unfortunate announcement, not really one that I want to be sort of kicking 2025 off with. Basically what's going on is my website pythongb.com is going to be closing down in the not too distant future. I won't go into why that is the case because I've gone ahead and I've made a community post basically outlining what's going on with that situation. So I'll leave a link in the description if you want to check out that community post. So then, my friends, to work. To sort of start the new year off nice and chill like, I thought what we could do today is we could work around the town here. We've got various little pathways that are sprouted up in the last couple of episodes, and I'd like to begin on maybe decorating some of these areas. For example, we've got ourselves a pathway now leading from the paper maker there all the way round to near where the storage factory is here. And yeah, as you can see, this is a little bit plain, a little bit barren. It could definitely do with just a little bit of sprucing up. So that'll be one thing to be done in today's episode. The bigger thing we're going to be doing in today's episode is actually making a bridge. That is right. I always had the intention of expanding Flora Bay across the river to this side. So yeah, I feel like it's high time we get ourselves a bridge made so we can start making things over this side. I think probably the first thing I want to do over this side of Flora Bay is maybe make ourselves that tunnel I was on about maybe a couple of episodes ago, which leads directly down to Prismantis. All in all, it would just be nice to have everything in our world be nicely connected up via pathways. So yeah, it's going to be nice, my friends. It's going to be a nice chill episode and I'm very much looking forward to it. If all of that sounds like your cup of tea, then do be sure to continue supporting this series and these episodes here with a big old like beneath the video. I'd very much appreciate it, my friends. And of course, a massive thank you to all of you folks who have been supporting this series. I really do appreciate it. So in terms of decorating the lake here, what are we going to do? I'm thinking upside down stairs lining the lake here with maybe some form of foliage wall, similar to the ones I used to do in Python's world way back in the day. I think that'd be a nice way to go. And then of course we've got all this grass here, we can bone meal, and you know, just all in all, just make this place look a little bit nicer than it does now. Now I should mention, in the not too distant future, I am intending on making like a little bit of a mini fishing type cabin build here, maybe like a build on stilts or something or other. I mean, this lake is big enough to the point where we should be able to capture ourselves, you know, treasure. So yeah, a little bit of a fishing cabin in the heart of our little settlement here. Oh, I think that'll go quite nicely. But anyway, let's start off by decorating this thing. What kind of stairs do we want to use to line the lake here? Do we want to use diorite stairs? Do we want to use sandstone stairs? Ooh, I don't know. I know deep slate probably isn't the way to go. So it's between diorite and sandstone. We do have a good amount of sandstone, to be fair. We could probably use that. But then again, I feel like diorite would be a better way to go because it just looks somehow more modern, more contemporary. And would you look at this? We have plenty of diorite as well. Absolutely fantastic. There we are. Something like this. I think this is a pretty good start, actually. I think white is definitely the way to go here. Oh, Minecraft. Why are there no polished diorite walls in the game? I was going to try experimenting with a combination of smooth diorite walls and the newer pale oak. I figured that could have been a pretty nice combination. But oh well, we've been thwarted. How's about we do a little bit of a thing here? I'm going to make myself some bark blocks, okay? Then I'm going to start grabbing myself out some... Oh, we don't actually have any pale oak fences. Now what we're going to do is we are going to start adding in some little lampposts. What we're going to do is we're going to strip these new pale bark blocks away, and then we're going to have ourselves some of these here fences. Do we want to go nice and simple with this thing and just have lampposts up like that? I mean, you know, that's just about the most simplest lamppost you can make, right? But I'm not entirely sure that I like it. So here we go, folks. I think we've got ourselves a little bit of a something going on here. So let's get ourselves some lamps placed down. And yeah, do you know what? That actually works really well. Pale oak and polished diorite. Who would have known that they'd work so well together? They really do as well. I mean, just look at it. It's beautiful. Do you know what? For this little lake decorating sesh, I think we are going to channel our inner flower pot king as well. I feel like it's been an age since we've gone crazy with flower pots. So let's go ahead and reclaim our title. We're going to have ourselves some flower pots all around the place. So here we go, my friends. Got ourselves a bunch of these little posts with flower pots on top. Obviously, we need to populate them with some flowers. But yeah, we've also got ourselves a bunch more of these lamppost bases ready to have lampposts placed upon them. And the inspiration for this is actually that little mini pond that we decorated on like episode 3 of Python's world. Do you guys remember that? This is basically a modernized version of it, I think. So, let's grab ourselves some leaves, let's grab ourselves some foliage, let's grab ourselves some more of these here pale oak fences, and let's go to town on this thing. Just getting the lanterns up for our lampposts, and we should be looking pretty good. And yes, it most certainly does. The unfortunate thing is we have ourselves a couple of trees that are kind of like in the way when it comes to these lampposts, so it might just wind up being the case that I have to, I don't know, relocate these trees or even just flat out get rid of them. But well, slowly but surely we are getting there, folks. So I'm thinking leaves next, and we're going to do this in like no particular order. By placing these leaves in no certain order, it should give it a slightly more organic vibe around here, I hope. So, maybe one of those, oak, and we'll finish off with a little bit of birch. So having a look at this place now, yeah, not too bad. Next step is to get rid of this tree here. Again, maybe relocate it, replant it somewhere else, perhaps. Only, as you can see, there's a lamppost here, and it kind of, you know, it goes in the tree, doesn't it? All right, very good. So, this birch tree has been relocated a few blocks to the right, so it no longer sort of has a lamppost in it. And over here, I've actually decided to opt for a less is more approach, in that I've just not placed down another tree. Instead, we're going to place down a bunch of foliage on the floor with maybe some hidden glowstone for a little bit of lighting. Got to bone meal the ground, of course, to, you know, add a little bit more nature to the area. And then, yeah, aside from filling in the flower pots, we should just about be done with this area. I wonder, these open eye blossoms, do they remain open when placed inside a flower pot? Wait, they actually do? Oh, wait, it is becoming nighttime right now, so maybe that wasn't the greatest test. I guess we'll have a look and see what's what in just a bit. Let me just fill in the rest of these here pots, and then I'm thinking we have a bit of a snooze. There we go, snooze the night away, and now we go check on those eye blossoms. Are they still open? Yes, they are. So there we go. We actually do have a little bit of colour added to the area. In fact, the eye blossoms go very well in terms of colour scheme alongside these lampposts. You know, we've got the orange of the lanterns and then the grey and white of the lamppost itself. It works pretty well, huh? Alright, I think we're just about there with the spreading of the leaves. And now, my friends, it's time for my favourite thing in Minecraft. Spreading a whole bunch of nature via bone meal. Restoring nature in Minecraft one bone meal at a time. Oh, I ran out. Restoring nature in Minecraft one bone meal at a time. Yeah! Alright, very good. My only slight criticism here is the fact that we've got double tall grass, and I feel like double tall grass makes the place look a little bit sort of unkept. But then I look around the rest of the settlement here, and actually we've got a good amount of long grass anyway, so yeah, I think it's okay as it is. And ladies and gentlemen, we now have a fully decorated, fully lit up, fully amazing looking lake. When it comes to us making the little fishing shack, we're probably going to wind up ridding that little section there. But you know, that's a bridge we'll cross when it comes. And you know what? Talking of bridges, I think it might be time for me to start planning this bridge. Oh, interesting. Okay, so it turns out the eye blossoms do indeed close during daytime while inside a flower pot. And then presumably when nighttime comes, they will open back up and offer a little bit of color to the area, right? Anyway, my friends, the time has come to move on to our little bridge project. And I think the first thing we need to do is we basically just need to measure this space here. A little bit of a shame that we've got a bank that is not like straight, so I can more easily count the blocks between the two land masses, but with a little bit of landscaping, I'm sure I can fix that. And just like that, my friends, we've got a little bit of space to work with here now. And we can now more easily measure the space between the two land masses. I think what I'd like to do in terms of a bridge design is kind of like a wooden suspension looking bridge, which I know is a little bit strange considering suspension bridges are typically metal in real life, but you know, this isn't real life. This is a video game. Ah, yeah. Accidental perfection. All of these posts here have exactly a 5-block gap between them. Ah, I love it when numbers work first time. Makes me feel like a numbers god. So, also, in terms of the design, what we're going to be using is pale oak and birch together. I know that sounds like a strange old combination, but we got a lot of birch. We're starting to incorporate a little bit of pale oak, and in my little creative building test world, it actually turned out that those two together are not bad looking. So yeah, do bear with me. Don't go throwing up at the thought of me using birch in builds just yet. Before we continue on with anything else though, I need to get myself some more woodsy doodles. So we need ourselves a bunch of bone meal and we need to chop down a bunch of trees. So as per the norm, when it comes to me making bridges over rivers, I usually like to try and make it so I can sail a boat underneath the bridge, right? So in this case, I think what that means is we're going to start the bridge from like way up here. Like this is like the guardrail level. So there, my friends, now is when things start getting interesting. I'm gonna start adding some of these here birch fences. Gonna try and get on top of them so we can actually keep on building. We're gonna go up, oh no, maybe 2 blocks this time, go across, 2 blocks up again, and then what we're going to do is we're going to build up some of these here post supports. We're going to build this one up to the same height as that one right there. Then this middle section, we're going to have kind of a dangly down bit with the fences. I know my terminology isn't great, is it? But hopefully you get what I'm saying. So come down here. Let's do something like that. Maybe we don't even need this dangly bit here. Yeah. All right. So this is looking pretty good. The midsection is looking all right. Now what we need to do is we need to add in some more of these fences. I keep on misplacing them. Oh, good grief. I really am terrible at placing blocks today, as it turns out. I think one of the most important things we need to keep doing is just flying away and having a look at this thing from afar, just to see how it's looking. And it is looking good. So then, goes without saying, we need to replicate this on the right-hand side here. Oh, good grief. Getting a little bit too close for comfort here. I should probably, like, do myself a favor and, like, go to sleep or something. Oh, my word. No, go away, and go away. Go on, be gone, foul, hostile mobs. I don't want none of your nonsense anymore. So then, progress update. We have both sides done here. We just need to get the actual walkway added in, and then we can start on Operation Decoration. Once again, looking at this thing from afar, I think, proportionally speaking, this bridge is pretty much on the money for the area. I really like these pale oak logs. In my creative test world version, I actually stripped these logs, but actually, I rather enjoy the contrast between the sort of darker texture there and the birchwood, and indeed the whitewood down the bottom there. Do you know what? I think I've just had a genius idea. How about we have some more of these redstone lamps, but we put them on the tops of the bridge supports? Then the bridge will literally light up at night. So, redstone lamp, daylight detector put on night mode. Time to add the walkway in itself. And this is what we've got going on now. We've got the walkway in the middle. We've got ourselves a little bit of grass verge to the sides. What I'd like to do over here is add myself in some sort of, I don't know, like a flower pot thing, sort of like that. Maybe we could put some flower pots on top of that or something. Glowstone, is that really necessary? I don't think it is. Only one of the things I'd like to do is maybe add some more dangly bits in the middle here and have lanterns coming off of them. Yeah, I am enjoying those redstone lamps though. Yeah, okay, they work an absolute treat. Instead of having dangly bits coming off sort of the middle here, what about if we were to just go, like, super duper uber mega simple and just have something like that? I mean, that would do the job, right? I mean, we don't really need to go too complex with this. Yeah, I think this works a treat. All right, and then we've got ourselves a bunch of saplings here. We're going to start alternating these two saplings in the flower pots because, well, you know, they are the two types of wood that we're using around here mostly. Right, I think what we need to do now is maybe add some little supports in here, or railings more to the point. We don't want to just go walking off the edge like a big old nincompoop now, do we? That's right, we're going full Python proof with this bridge. There's going to be zero chance of me ever jumping off of this thing. You know what? I was just going to bone meal this grass here and have a whole bunch of wildlife sprout into existence, but I've got an even better idea, and it involves a good amount of flower picking. I am going to make a sort of flower wave pattern in that we're going to do reverse order here, and then forward order here, and then we're going to do the same on the other side, so white, pink, allium, red, orange, then do that in reverse order, and then go in forward order once again. And what I'm hoping will happen is we'll have almost like a wave effect of flowers as we walk along here. Hey, this is actually kind of cool. I like this. I mean, we are in a flower forest biome at the end of the day, so it makes sense to have a whole bunch of flowers going on. So, yeah, I think this works an absolute treat, my friends. So, that is pretty much the top side of the bridge now done and dusted. How about the underside of the bridge, though? Oh my goodness me, is this looking a little bit worse for wear? Already, I can think of one thing that we could do here, and that is basically adding a layer of trapdoors underneath the dirt, so it basically covers it up. And would you look at this thing now, my friends? We have a nicely smoothed off underside of this bridge. I've even managed to squeeze in a little bit of light in. We've got birch trapdoors, we've got birch stairs, and you know what? Honestly, it really does pay to work on the undersides of your bridges. I think it really does complete the build. And then on the edges, next to the staircases, I've got myself some more of these daylight detector redstone labs. I've got myself some more flower pots. And you know what? I think we are actually just about finished here. Yeah! I think it looks absolutely fantastic. All right, it's just about to turn nighttime. Let's have a look at this from afar. All lit up in all of its splendor. Yeah. I really do think we've done a decent job here, my friends. Like, it's a great combo, isn't it? Pale oak and birch. I mean, you can't go telling me that you're feeling nauseous as a result of seeing birch in a build in this sort of way, right? it looks alright. So then, my friends, with that done and dusted, that's 2 little mini decorative projects done for today's episode and our settlement here. I guess the time has come to wrap things up with the comment of the day and a couple of dono shoutouts. So let's start off with the folks who have donated since the last episode. We've got Zach Attack coming in with a lovely $1.99. Thank you very much for that, buddy. Appreciate that a lot. And we've got Kira Turnbull coming in with the £1.99. Thank you very much, you two. I really do appreciate it a lot. And that, my friends, leaves us with the comment of the day. Rebellious Cowboy says, instead of throwing the bows and crossbows away, can't you use them as a furnace fuel? Love the vid. Can't wait for next week's episode. Next week's episode, eh? You're not going to be waiting that long. Only, as I mentioned in my New Year's mini update vlog thingy, I'm going to be trying to post daily Minecraft content all through the month of January. More so I can see whether or not I still have what it takes to be super consistent with Minecraft. Now, I should mention, I say content and not videos. And what that means is, yes, the streams are in place of videos. So what that means is there will be 5 Pythoncraft episodes per week, and of course, 2 Minecraft hardcore streamed episodes per week. So I really do hope you folks are looking forward to that. It does mean that, yes, there probably might be a tiny bit less amount of progress per episode, but at the end of the day, I set myself a challenge, and I'm gonna do my darn best to achieve it. In terms of the bows and crossbows, using them as fuel, I'd like to still see if I could do this. And more to the point, I'd like to see just how... Oh, okay. I'd like to see how much burning time we have here. Okay. Seems to be more than 1 item's worth. So let's continue on here. So we've got 1 bit of stone. I'm going to say 1.5 items per bow, which basically winds up being the same as wood planks, right? So, yep, here we go. And there we are. Okay, so yeah, 1.5 items per bow. And presumably crossbows are the exact same. Do you know what? Genuinely, I did not know you can use bows and crossbows as a furnace fuel. But actually, when you think about it, it makes sense. You got flammable materials on both of them in the form of sticks, right? So yeah, thank you very much for turning my attention to that. I do very much appreciate it. And I'll tell you something else. I really appreciate each and every single one of you folks for watching today's episode. If you have enjoyed today's episode, do be sure to drop a like if you haven't already. It really helps get these videos out there on YouTube. And more than anything, it just means the world to me, my friends. It really, really does. Subscribe if you're new around here and you don't want to miss out on my future content. But for now, thank you so much for watching. Do have yourselves a fantastic rest of your day, and I shall see you folks in tomorrow's episode. Bye-bye for now.